Hello everybody and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And today we're going to show you some neat stuff made by one of my subscribers, a gentleman by the name of Andy Yan. And what Andy has done is he has done a few things up for the Axis and Allies Anniversary Edition, and which I really love to play. I've got a couple of videos up for gameplay, but I'm just going to run you through some stuff that he's done up. He sent to me, and so I went and had printed up at Staples. I don't have a color printer. I wish I could afford one, but there you go. But you can go off to Staples and print these up. Now, you need to know right off the bat, these are big ones. Alright, these are the 8.5 by 14. Or maybe it's the 11 by 14. Actually, it could be the 11 by 14 or 11 by 17, but they're big. Maybe I should have measured those first. So I think there might be 11 by 17. And they have a ton of info on them, but they're really handy charts. Now this one here, this is called his Quick Start Guide. And he designed it as a three-fold brochure type. And the front side here has all the different phases on it. It starts with the phases. And he's got the price of everything and the movement and the attack and defense, of course. He's got the turn orders listed here, and he's got the turn sequence, of course. Okay, and he has the different things really nicely labeled. He's even got a picture of the battle board on here, so really handy stuff as you're buying things. He's also got the R&D. Research and developments with the different breakthroughs, and they're all nicely written up. And then on the other side, being a three-fold brochure, he has the different rules for movements, all the different movements that and the phases continue here. Now this looks like the back, but again it's like a three-fold brochure, so these would just fold open to each other. And he has listed the breakdowns on this one sheet of paper. So very, very handy. And again, I printed it in full color. You could print it black and white if color's not a big deal for you. But I like having things in full color. I couldn't find laminate for this, though, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to go and grab, I know I have a roll of the laminate somewhere, but dang if I can't find it. But it's a little too big for machines or pouches and whatnot, so you'll have to get some laminate if you want to do that. Not a big deal. You can go buy a roll of it for a few bucks at any of your local stores. Should carry it for you. Any stationery stores or even stuff like Walmart and whatnot. So that's the first sheet. I really like this one. Lots of information, like I say. Beautiful color job on the charts. It's got the national objectives listed here as well, and very plainly printed out. All right. So that's sheet number one. Over there. And now sheet number two is just simply a setup chart. So he's taken every single unit that is to be set up on the chart and has listed them here. Alright, so at a glance you can quickly see if things are set up properly instead of having to fish for all the different charts. So that is really handy. Again, I recommend color. Because then you can quickly check out the different things. He's got the markers are all in gold, and industry AA guns, so kind of like your facilities and your AA guns are in the lighter gray. Infantry artillery tanks, so your ground units, are in orange, and then the two aircraft of this game you've got in the fighters and the bombers, and then you got all the boats. Okay, and they're all in blue. So it's really quickly, you can take a look and see. And if you look, you see that the 1941 setup, everything is in black, and in 1942 everything is red. Alright, so you can quickly tell if you might be looking at the wrong column for whatever reason. So you just get focused on, hey, I'm setting up the black numbers today, or I'm setting up the red numbers. Really simple and nicely laid out here. Very easy to do. So at a glance you can see he's even totaled up what people get. So for instance, you can quickly see that Japan, these are the totals for Japan's stuff. So they have, you can see there, 21 infantry that they're rocking and 8 fighters. That's in the 41 setup. And in the 42 setup, they have 22 infantry, but they're down to 6 fighters. Okay, but they have the bomber making up for it, whereas in this one here they didn't have a bomber. So things are really nice here. I really like these. Got a nice little logo there. Sorry, I shouldn't do that so you make you sick, but there you go. There's the setup chart and the Axis Knowledge logo. And now I've saved, in my mind, the best for last. I think this is the one that will definitely get a lot of play in our games. And this is the National Objectives and Bonus Income Sheet. And as you look here, what he's done, this is just gorgeous. I love this. He's got obviously the roundels printed right on there. And these are all the different bonuses that you have for your national objectives. So for instance, we'll come down to the bottom here. I notice there's a shine going on. Hopefully it's not too bad. But you see, for Britain, the Allied powers control all of these: Eastern Canada, Western Canada, Gibraltar. And so if this happens, then you take your British roundel and slap it right on there. Alright, and then you know it's a +5. And if you have another one, a +5. And so you can just at a glance, you can just very quickly see your bonus money. Very, very simple. So that's really really handy stuff. I really like that. That's going to get some play. On the bottom here is another thing that is very, very handy, and this is the Victory City token counter. Okay, it's a kind of a track to let you know how things are going with your victory cities. So if we look here, it's got all 15 going either way. So this is the Allies track, and then of course down here the Axis track. Okay. So for instance, let's say during the game, when you start the game, you would put all of your victory city tokens on this map. And so there's Stalingrad. I'm not going to set them all up for you, but there's Stalingrad. And then you have all the other ones like London and Ottawa and Washington and all the rest, and you go all along. But then as a city is taken by the opposing team, this will move. So now it moves over to this side. And you'll be able to see very quickly that you've got Stalingrad on the Axis side now, because it's, of course, close to the Axis counters. And you can very quickly, as you start collecting these, especially as the Axis, because I think you start with 3 or 4, so you start with very few, but then bang, 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 you start gobbling them up pretty closely. And if at the end of a turn you've got a city marker sitting here and all these are filled up, you can win a minor victory. Or you can go for the full victory of 15, or hey, you can even go crazy and say you need 18, you know, or whatever you want to do, and set up your chart that way. So totally up to you how you want to set that up. And I know that with the Axis Knowledge Anniversary Edition, a lot of people are starting to put things in that aren't part of the game, that they're cannibalizing somewhat or borrowing from other versions like Global 40 and whatnot. They're bringing in tactical bombers, and they're adding more victory cities. They're starting to add a lot of those great little tokens and markers you can get from historical board gaming. So you're bringing in mines, or you're bringing in minefields, or tank traps, or hospitals, or partisans, or all these great little tokens that you've seen in some of my videos and maybe in some others. I haven't seen too many people showing them, but I think they just really enrich the game experience. But so does this chart. This one here, this is fabulous. I've got to find some laminate quickly so we can get this on there and use it in one of our games. And when we do play another game of Anniversary, I don't know when that's going to be, but the next time we play and film, we'll definitely have this sheet front and center, because I really, really like this one. Alright, well, thanks so much for watching, folks, and I hope that your 2018 has started well. We're already into the second month. How did that happen? And just wish you all the best. Remember, keep having a blast playing these games. Bring in people, show them what a great community we have, how supportive we are. People like Andy Yan here and Rob Poole, who made up that chart for me for the research and development for the 1939 HBG Global War game. And then Andy, of course, with this for the Anniversary Edition. This is great stuff, guys. This is just fabulous. This is top shelf. And And I know that you know, you start doing stuff like this and really making a name for yourself, this is when the companies might call you and say, hey, we want to hire you to design stuff because, yeah, this is great. This is a great addition to a game like the one that we enjoy. So thanks so much for doing this, Andy, and everybody else, thanks so much for watching. Hug your loved ones, have a great time with your friends, and may the dice be with you.